teacher, I am Luis.
All right, where are you from?
I am from Nariño, teacher, para life, Barranca Bermeja, Santander. I work in Florencia.
All right, very good. So today, let me introduce myself. I'm also Luis Fernando Alvarez. I live here in Medellin. I'm going to be your tutor today. We're going to be practicing on these grammars encounter, and we're going to be practicing about a specific topic. So we're supposed to have three more students, Vanessa, Xiomara, and Yvonne, but they didn't show up. So let's start right away, okay? So let me start sharing the screen with you. Let me see if you can see my screen. All right. So can you see my screen? Can you see it?
Yes, teacher. Yeah, I can see that. Yes.
Very good. Excellent. So today topic we're going to start discussing about relative clauses. Okay, this is the grammar topic today. We're going to be focusing on these relative clauses. So let me ask you, Luis, do you have any idea what a relative clause is? Yes or no?
Yeah, teacher.
All right. What is it? What is a relative clause? Tell me what is it, Luis? If you have any idea about relative clauses, so please tell me what is it?
Okay. Hey, teacher, about topic relate clauses. This I don't know. I think that is about the grammar or to do sentences, present tense or past tense or past perfect with these sentences with topic relative clauses.
Very good. So that's in general terms. So here I'm going to give you like an insight, like a general definition, what a relative clause is. So it says here that relative clauses are the relation of two clauses, an independent clause and a dependent clause. So in other terms, this is a connection between a complete sentence and an incomplete sentence. Down here it says an independent clause or main clause is a complete sentence. It contains the main subject and verb of a sentence. On the other hand, a dependent clause or subordinate clause is not a complete sentence. It must be connected to an independent clause. And there is an example. Independent clause. I know where Sue lives. So in general terms, so a clause is a relation between an independent clause and a dependent clause. So that's in general terms what it says. An independent clause is a complete sentence. For example, I say I live in Colombia, right? So this is a complete sentence. I live in Colombia because it has subject, a verb, and a complement or the agent. All right. But if you say, let's say for example, for 4 years, this is not a sentence because we need to include the subject and verb. Is that clear?
Yeah, teacher.
All right, very good. So now going back to our main lesson, it says, so this is clear that a relative clauses is the connection of independent and dependent clauses, okay?
Okay, teacher.
All right. Now we are here. Could you please read this loud? Luis, could you please read it? Relative clauses.
Okay, teacher. Relative clauses when used relative pronouns, for example, who, whose, which, that, and related adverbs, for example, where, when, that, why, to introduce relative clauses.
All right. So let me a favor. When I ask you to activate your microphone, you activate it right now. Turn it off because I hear some background noise, so it's a little bit disturbing listening to you because I don't know where you are, but in the background I can hear people talking. So please turn off the microphone and just listen to me, all right?
All right.
So the relative clauses are especially uh, using these kind of words. So we have who. Remember that we use who for people, whose to indicate possession, which for things, ideas, or things or objects. That is going to be the same for object or ideas. And relative adverbs such as where, talking about a place or a location, when, talking about time, that, talking about a time or people, and why, asking for a reason to introduce a relative clause. So this, we cannot forget about the definition of these words. Once more, who for people, whose indicates possession, which is uh, used when talking about things, animals, or ideas, same as that. Adverbs where indicating places, when talking about time, that also time, and why, especially for a reason. So in here, we're going to move on to the next slide so we have a better understanding of the definition of these clauses. So in here we say, how do we form the relative clauses? And there is a general description, and it says in here, we form relative clauses with an independent and a dependent clause. This is something that we already discussed at the very beginning. I gave a general definition about the formation of relative clauses. And here we're going to pay special attention of the use. We use relative clauses to identify or describe the person, place, or thing in the main clause. Right now we have an example here. The actor is my friend. As you see, this is a complex sentence. The actor is my friend. But this is what we call an independent clause. Why? Because it has the subject, the actor has the verb is, and a complement or agent, which is my friend. But here is a complete relative clause because it is connecting with a clause, a relative clause. In this case, the clause is who is in the play. So the two integrated into one, and as a result, we have this: the actor who is in the play is my friend. So now turn on your microphone and tell me if you understand this part.
Okay, teacher, I understand. The first part, for example, is with subject. For example, lady who is in the job is my sister. Another
Very good.
example.
Yeah, that's perfect. Very good. You got it very well. So
Yes.
now we're going to here move on to the next slide when we're going to see, let's see, more definitions about the relative clauses and adverbs. So it says here, could you please read these examples?
Okay, example. We use who, that to refer to people. I respect teachers who or that care about their students.
All right, very
We
good.
yeah,
Yes, next.
next. Okay, we use which that to refer to objects, animals, ideas. The sandwich which or that is in the fridge is for my.
All right, and the last one.
Finally, we use the word to refer to places, another places, that the restaurant where they serve the best their food.
Very good. So in here, summarizing. So we use who or that to refer to people. So for example, I can say, I like having conversation uh, with people who are easygoing. I like to have conversations with people who are easygoing, right? So I'm talking about people, or I like to have conversation with people that are easygoing. So let's try to go here and example. Let's say I like people in here. I can also place, if I prefer, I can use that. I like people who are easygoing, or I like people that are easygoing. All right. Can you give an example in that part?
Yeah, teacher, I like people who that are easygoing.
Yeah, but you give me another from you, another example.
Another example.
Yes.
Okay. Mm, because, teacher, another example maybe I like mm, people who are working working in the hospital maybe for example doctor.
I like people who are working in a hospital. Okay, maybe, yeah, because you're talking about this one. Remember that you can also use that. I like people who or that are working in hospitals. All right, very good. Going back to the next one, we use which or that to refer to object, animals, and ideas. So let's have another example in here. I can say, for example, something like the green, which table is mine. Or remember, I can also use that in here. So here comes the clause. The relative clause is right here. Let's put it in yellow to identify. The ring which or that is on the table is mine. Because you see the ring is on the table is mine, it doesn't sound correct. So that's why we need to introduce the relative clause. And the idea is clear. The ring which or that is on the table is mine. Or you can say, this is, for example, the book which is about, let's say, biology. This is the book which, or if I want, I can also use that, because I'm talking about things, objects, or ideas. So I want to highlight it once more. This is the book which is about biology, or this is the book that is about biology. All right, Luis, can you please give me another example using which?
Another example, the black cell phone uh, with with is with is uh, on my car. Is my house. Yes.
But we need to use a complement. The black cell phone which is in my house, you need to say something extra, something else. Is what? The black cell phone which is in my house is.
Is it is my house is very expensive.
Right?
Very expensive. Expensive. Yeah.
All right, very good. So remember that you can also use that if you want to. The black cell phone which or that is in my house is very expensive. All right. This is totally true. And this is the, you got the clause which and that when talking about things, ideas, or animals or objects. All right. So now let's move over to the other one to make it clear. We use where to refers to places. That's the reason where they serve the best Thai food. So where refer to places. All right. You say, for example, I can say Medellin is the city, let's say, where I live. And let's say, where, especially for places, exclusively. Medellin is the city where I live. So, Luis, can you give me an example?
Florencia. Florencia is where yeah where 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 I have my job.
Florencia is where I have my job. All right, good. You can also, to be more specific, you can say Florencia is, for example, the city, the town, to be a little bit more specific, where I have my job. All right. But in general terms, is the idea is understood. So now let's move on to the other one, to the other slide, to have a better understanding of this. So here we have, could you please continue reading this one? This more example, read it please, Luis.
Yeah, teacher. We use who's with people, animals, and things to show position.
Possession.
This is possession. Okay, possession. Example. He's the man whose garden on a prey.
Okay.
Another example. Yes, another with white. Yeah.
And the other example we use why.
We use why to give a reason. Example, Susan explained why she was late.
All right, so now let's try to understand this one in order to have a better idea or better insight about it. So we use who, people, animals, and things to show possession. So let's write down here another example. Um, this is the man whose car is a, for example, Ferrari. So this is the man whose car is a Ferrari. So we use whose exclusively to indicate a possession. The Ferrari belongs to the man. So that's why we are going to use a relative clause that indicates possession. The best choice is whose. All right. Another example. All right. This is the house whose owner is an actor. Whose. Once more. This is the house whose owner. So mean that the house belongs to the actor. All right. This is the house whose owner is an actor. Because the actor is the man who possesses the house. All right. Can you give me an example?
Okay, teacher. Another example. That is the dog who who owner is police. Police. Police, for example. They work with dog for combat the enemy.
That's the dog whose owner is a police officer. All right. Whose owner, very good. Whose owner is a police officer, very good. So, and lastly, we are going to use why to give a reason. So once more, let's say this is the reason why I, for example, bought. This is the reason why I bought the book. Let's imagine we're talking about, I don't know, for example, English, and I want to improve my reading skills or my grammar skills. So You bought a book because you consider it was important. So you say, this is the reason why I bought the book. Or, for example, she lost her job. All right. This that's why she is sad. She lost her job. That's why she is sad. We are explaining the reason. She lost her job. That's why she's sad. All right. Or this is the reason why I bought the book. So Luis, can you give an example using why?
Another example. Okay, another example. Okay, he plays guitar while while he loves rock music.
Let's do it again. What do you say?
Uh, for example, uh, Pedro plays guitar. Pedro plays guitar. Why he loves rock music. He loves. He likes. Yes, he likes rock music.
Pedro plays the guitar. Why he likes rock music? Okay, that is something that is not in accordance with the general um, definition. Let's go back in here and analyze. We use why to give a reason. Susan explained why she was late. So if you want to like this, Pedro plays the guitar. Why he likes rock music? No, in this case, for example, is if you, for example, gonna be with because, is gonna have a better meaning. Pedro plays the guitar because he likes rock music. So in this case, it's not possible to use why. Think about another sentence. You can say, for example, the other students uh, for example, didn't the other student didn't attend class. This is why there is only one student. So the reason because there is only one student is because the other student didn't attend class, right? So this is here I am explaining the reason. The other student didn't attend class. This is why there is only one student. Okay, Luis?
Okay, teacher.
All right, now let's do something. Are you on a computer or on your phone?
Computer.
Computer. Okay, because now I would like to practice the concept that we have already practiced. So please go to, I want to share this over the inbox. Go to this website. So I want to share it with you over here. Go to that website, and because I want to play a game with you so that we can see if you had understood the topic. All right, so go to the website, please. Click that link, and then I'm going to give you the link. Are you there now?
Yeah, teacher, I am checking the link.
Okay, check the link that I shared to you, because, for example, you just copy this. So it has. So it should be asking you for a pin.
Yes, the pin.
Okay, so let me just. You are in this website, right? You are in this. Is correct?
Yeah, teacher, I am in the website. The website inside chat hot guided anchor.
Very good. Okay. So now, so we're going to click on play, and let me do something. We're going to be teach, and we're going to be classic, and this is the pin. Where it says pin, you introduce this number 5408970. So in here, you are going to write down that number. So let me show you again. 5408970. Very good. You ready?
After that, yes.
Okay, now. So since you are the only player, we're going to start playing. So usually you just send the responses, because you just see the questions and you have like 20 or 30 seconds to respond. It's like multiple choice, A, B, C, and D, but in this case, the letters are going to be replaced by geometrical figures like a square or round or triangle, etc. So are you ready?
Yeah, teacher, are you? I already.
You're ready?
Yeah.
So here we go. 20 questions. So number one. So this is the question. The woman is eating. You choose, respond, that, which, who, or relative pronouns. You just click in the correct option. Choose an answer in your computer. Do you answer or not?
My answer is wrong.
No, you have to do it faster because they show you the 4 options, and you in your computer you select the correct answer. All right, so don't let the time running. So immediately click on the option that, which, who, etc. You have to click. Okay,
Okay.
so this is the next. Jane, mother is a doctor, is very good at biology. So you click who's that, who, or which. Click in your computer. Luis, do you get it? All right. The answer is whose. All right. All
Okay.
right. So now you didn't get it. It was incorrect. Now let's go with the other one. Do you know the name of the shop Andrew works? That, where, whose, or which? Click the answer. You didn't click the answer.
Okay, teacher.
So, la idea es que cuando veas las 4 opciones, seleccionas una en su computador, le da clic a cualquiera de las 4, porque
Okay.
no puedes esperar que el tiempo se acabe. ¿Ok?
Okay, teacher.
This is the other one. The mountain we climbed yesterday was the highest mountain in Britain. Which, that, where, or who? Which? All right, let me guess. Yes, the answer was correct. Very good. So number 5. In which sentence can you delay who? So this was your right answer, and you didn't select anything.
Yeah.
In which sentence can you not delay that? So remember, choose your option and click on the answer. A photocopier is a machine that makes copies of pages. So remember, click. So what happened?
I have, I don't know, having some mistake with the grammar.
So remember, even though you don't know the answer, so you need to click. If you don't remember, no problem, just click. Because the idea is that don't let the time pass, so just click on the answer. What cannot go into space? Just look after the injured bird. She found that, which, who, or nothing. You have to click in one option. Who? And the answer is which, because we were talking about an animal. Okay, I need another correct one. Combine the sentences. Greg bought a camera yesterday. The camera doesn't work. Which is the best options combining the two? Select and click the correct response. Okay, so you select the camera who? No, remember where the camera is an object, so the correct answer is that, because we use that or which for objects.
Yeah.
Next, combine this sentence. I met a man at a meeting last week. The man was at the party. Select the correct answer. Alright, so they say the man I met at the meeting last week was at the party. Or the man who I met at the party last week was at the meeting. You have to combine these sentences. Alright?
Right.
10 of 20. Complete the sentence. That the shop I bought my wedding ring. Which, nowhere, where. Very good. Where, because we're talking about places. Excellent. Very good. So you got another point there. I talked to the girl. Car had broken down in front of the shop. Who, that, where, or whose. You have to look at the example. I talked to the girl. Actually, whose? Why whose? Because
Okay.
we're talking about the possession. I talked to the girl whose car. The car belongs to the girl, so we need to use a relative clause that indicates possession, and the best option to indicate possession is whose. Another one. At the marathon, I saw a woman. Her shirt was orange. Which is the correct option of the three? So the answer is whose shirt was orange.
Yeah.
All right. And the answer whose her shirt was orange. All right. So this was not correct. Another one. I have three brothers. Which sentence is correct? My brother who lives in Sydney came to see me last month. My brother who lives in Sydney came to see me last month. My brother who lives in Sydney came to see me last month. That's what the good one. All right, pretty good. Now our next question is this: the book which on the table belongs to Brandon. Which is necessary or which is not necessary to have the idea of the sentence? Yes, it's necessary.
No, yes, it's not necessary.
All right. The museum which we visited last month is closed now. Which is necessary or which is not necessary? Right. It's not necessary.
No, no.
This the man who you saw in the house is my cousin. Who is necessary, who is not necessary? Who is the man you saw in the house is my cousin. Who is not necessary?
Okay.
The next one. Bob, who I know very well, is going out with Mary. Who is necessary, who is not necessary? Who is necessary? Bob, who I know very well, is going out with Mary.
Oh.
All right. Another one. I cannot remember the hotel that we stayed at. That is necessary, but it's not necessary. That is not necessary, because if you say I cannot remember the hotel we stay at, is a complete sentence. And 19 out of 20, I can't forget the song which they played last night. Which is not necessary, which is necessary. Alright, which is not necessary. I cannot forget the song they played last night. Or which, if you want to include it. Okay, good point. And the last one is this. Lucy, who I haven't seen for ages, phoned me last night. Who is necessary or who is not necessary? Who is necessary? Right, very good. Okay, congratulations, you're the winner. 6 out of 20. All right, so let's try to remember something here, Luis. So in this case, maybe something that I was failing to explain is because, for example, when we have a sentence and we put, for example, who between commas, meaning that the information is important. Who or that or where, when we put it into commas, is because the information is necessary, is essential. Or sometimes when we just give information that is not necessary, we can also put it into commas. But it's in general terms, it's important to remember, for example, the uses of these definitions: who for people, which for things, where for places, and who is for possession, and why for reason. This is in general terms what we need to remember. Okay, Luis?
Thank you. So,
All right. So, okay, Luis, this is the class. Class is over. I hope to share with you in another encounter. In the meantime, have a good day and bye bye.
okay, teacher, thank you. Teacher, bye-bye.
Okay, bye bye.